So let's talk about why Fox News inside media is viewed as a legitimate press and news organization, and why so many people also feel like Fox News is not a legitimate news organization. And I'm using Fox News because I think it's a good example of how people inside the media beltway think about newsrooms, the press, and the media writ large, like how other journalists think about journalism. And the quickest way to understand how Fox News thinks about itself, Fox News, is that we can break it into three segments. You got morning, afternoon, and evening. And in the morning, it's entertainment. It's talk shows. In the afternoon, it's real news, quality journalism. And in the evening, prime time, it switches back to commentary, much not unlike Bill Maher or John Oliver, right? Kind of infotainment. And that's how the people on these shows view themselves. Now, you might go, wait a minute, it says Fox News across the board. And that's true because there are legitimate journalists at Fox News, both in print reporters on the website and on television shows throughout the day. However, Fox News, I think, somewhat cleverly disguises when their shows are commentary on the news and when their shows are reporting on the news. But let's go through it. So in the morning when you have Fox and Friends, Donald Trump's favorite thing, that's ultimately viewed by Fox as a commentary show. It's kind of an entertainment show. The people on that show don't view themselves as reporters or journalists in that capacity while they're on that show. Now, that's true. Now, if you move into the afternoon program, that's when you get Shepard Smith and Bret Baier, who are actual legitimate journalists. And if you watch their program with any regularity, they will call out other parts of Fox News. They will go hard on Donald Trump. When they feel like Donald Trump is lying, they will call out other guests on Fox News, they will call out other hosts on Fox News, and they will contradict the commentary and entertainment parts of Fox News when they feel like they're wrong. Then, as you proceed forward in the programming throughout the day, you get back into the kind of classic Fox News that everybody thinks of. You get the Tucker Carlson, the Jeanine Pirro, the Sean Hannity. And the primetime television spots are actually viewed by Fox News and by media writ large as kind of entertainment news commentary. And while they may have been journalists in the past, let's say Tucker Carlson and the person who had a spot before, Bill O'Reilly, while they may have been broadcast journalists in the past, when they started their shows on Fox News, they were considered primetime news commentary shows, not actual news shows. They weren't reporting the news. Their shows are viewed internally by Fox News and other media more akin to shows like Bill Maher's Real Time on HBO or John Oliver's show also on HBO. That's how they think of themselves. And you'll notice when Tucker Carlson, for instance, gets pressed in like a C-SPAN interview or somewhere where he's off kind of from the media cycle, do you consider you're a journalist? He'll dodge around the question and he'll say, I don't really know what that means anymore. I don't know, I just blah, 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 blah. And he'll kind of shift the subject because he knows he's not acting as a journalist on his show. He's acting as a host. And he has assignment editors and producers, and their job is to make an entertaining and compelling show about the news, but not necessarily with the same journalistic integrity that Shepard Smith or Bret Baier have. And you can take this formatting where you go morning is entertainment, afternoon is real news, and primetime evening is back to entertainment. And it applies from Monday through Friday to the weekends as well, where you have morning shows that are not, real news. They're just commentary and entertainment. And then you get the Mike Wallace's in the afternoon, real news, and then it switches back once again on the Saturday and Sunday night evenings, when I believe that's when, Judge Pirro or whomever gets back on in her little soapbox and talks about news commentary. So I think that's a really good way of thinking about using the kind of Fox News model. Once you understand that's how Fox News programs its shows and how it thinks about, what part is real news, what part is entertainment. This same idea of programming both entertainment and news, doing back and forth throughout the day, is applied to NBC and CBS and CNN as well. And that not every show considers itself journalists or real news. The devil is always in the details. Now, I will grant you that when the banner is Fox News across the board, Fox News 24/7, the most trusted news network in America, whatever, it can mislead the viewer into thinking that when they're watching Tucker Carlson or Bill O'Reilly, who were historically journalists, and Tucker Carlson was actually a pretty good journalist, especially as a print reporter when he was writing for like Esquire magazine. If you don't believe me, read his piece on the war in Iraq and contractors 2004, Esquire magazine. Look it up. He's a good writer. So I don't blame a viewer for being misled into thinking like, well, wait a minute, I'm watching Tucker Carlson. He's a quote journalist, or was a journalist. This is real news. But he's not acting as a journalist in that capacity on his show, and he actually doesn't claim to when pressed. So this is where people can get in a lot of trouble when they don't realize the kind of inner games that media plays, ultimately to kind of make money, right? Because the big shows are the primetime shows or the morning shows. That's when most people are watching. That's when the biggest ad buys are. So they're incentivized to kind of have commentary shows. But those commentary shows aren't actually real news shows. And Fox News will say that. Will openly say that. Just as like when Megyn Kelly called out Sean Hannity, when Megyn Kelly was still at Fox News, she was considered a real journalist and acted during the time slot, in the afternoon time slot, as a real journalist, and would get angry when Sean Hannity would go up to Donald Trump with a mic and be like, oh, good Lord, stop talking to Sean Hannity. Let him, talk to me. I'll actually ask him some real questions, because Sean Hannity is just viewed as a commentary channel by Fox News. And the real problem comes when viewers mistake the commentary channels in primetime as being the real news, because it's just not. And those shows ultimately aren't trying to be real news. Whether you wish they were or not, that's just not the case. They're not trying to be real news because ultimately their job is, because they're in the primetime slots, to make the most amount of money, and the way they do that is by attracting the most amount of viewers, and the way they do this by appealing to the broadest demographic they think possible, under the Fox News banner, and so that's going to shape the content they create. Not explicitly, but definitely implicitly. So there you go. I think that's a good understanding of how Fox News thinks about Fox News itself, and how media justifies the both combination of commentary and hard news intermixed within itself. And you can get this applied from BuzzFeed to NBC to BuzzFeed, and BuzzFeed versus BuzzFeed News, Huffington Post, whatever it is. It's being able to suss out the difference between what's considered commentary or entertainment content and real news journalism content. And this exists in any media press, especially in any sort of video television industry. Anyway, that's just a thought for you guys. If you want to watch another video, you can click around here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bonus, a video I did on Chinatown on a specific street called Doyer Street, which is actually the murder capital street in America, was picked up by the local PBS affiliate in New York City. So if you want to go watch that video, you can go do so on, I think it's WNYC 13. I'll throw the link in the description. But yeah, check it out if you want. Thanks again for watching. Bye.